Welcome back to another episode of My Team Career Mode. I'm pretty sure we are now on part 6 for the Austria sprint. So I've not really done, we have had a sprint race before at Baku, but I never did 2 parts for that. Reason being because the sprint wasn't actually that interesting, whereas we've got a lot of action in today's sprint and tomorrow's race. Both of these videos should be going up pretty close to each other, whether it be a day or a couple days. I don't know, but it should be at most a day if I stick to my schedule, but it could be a couple of hours. But yeah, Austria, historically, compared to the AI, has always been my best track by a mile. I'm very consistent around Austria. I'm very good around Austria. So I was pretty confident coming into this race, so that's why we put it on 95 AI. And as you know, in the last few races, I've had it 95 AI for quali, been qualifying like P7, P8, and then putting it down to 93 in the race and struggling. Well, we had it on 95 in the race, and we were not struggling at all, as you're going to see. At least in the sprint. So, here we are on our first lap of Q1, and it was a wet qualifying for, like, 90% of it. So, here we are, ready to get our first lap done. We have Nico Hülkenberg in front of us. Let's see what we do. Up to the line, the fastest is a 12.68. We set a 12.94. So, we're not too far off the lead. And then heading on to our second lap now, we're going to give you a full little commentary of this lap. Already getting a better exit off that corner. Already half a tenth up, heading into turn 3. Well, sorry, should I say turn 2 then turn 3? Because that technically counts as a corner. I don't know how, but it does. That little kink in the track is a corner. We get way better traction off the hairpin this time compared to last lap and gain 3.5, 4 tenths. Could even be 4.5 tenths by the time we get to the next corner. Now with this corner you can take it a lot of different ways. I take the curb route, which is more on finding time at the apex rather than the exit, and it cost me a bit of time because it is definitely better to go around there, but I just turned in too early, and as you know I don't like using flashbacks and stuff in quali laps. I also like trying to keep it in the track limits at a track that I'm good at, but there, you know, sometimes it's very unavoidable in the wet. But we are 5 tenths up with a purple middle sector. This will be enough to put us on pole, at least by a couple of tenths already. Yeah, again, just ignore that. And then up to the line, we are going to gain 5.5 tenths, which puts us on pole by I think about 2 tenths, so not too bad. We then go half a tenth quicker, and then we go and do another lap and go 2.5 tenths quicker on more worn tyres, which is just showing how good the track's getting. And we set 2 purple sectors on the 6th lap we do, and we now box in due to a lack of fuel to make it back around. And yeah, we currently have pole position by 5 tenths. We have 2 of the fastest free sectors. But yeah, here we are. We are going to be the last man to cross the line to start our lap on the dry tyres. So we are going to have the best track conditions. However, I'm not going to use any flashbacks. This could be a precarious situation if a mistake were to happen to me, and I could be starting as low as like 18 if things don't go my way and this lap isn't great. So here we go. Up into the first corner now, kissing that apex quite nice and getting a pretty decent run off that corner, already gaining 4 tenths plus. Really good start. Heading now into the hairpin. This corner is crucial. If you lose a lot of time here compared to the AI, you're not going to get like pole or anywhere near it, because as you could probably tell, I've got the pace for pole position on 95 AI. Maybe for Austria in the future we bump it up to 100, but you never know. I think right now 92 to 95 is my range. When it comes to like new tracks like Qatar and Vegas, I'm going to have to do some practice races on them to get me warmed up, and I've just been doing practice races at every race. Like, you know, next race is Silverstone. I might race that today before I go out, might have a bit of time, and that would be quite fun. So yeah, up to the line, here we go. We're already 2 seconds up in going into the final sector, gaining more and more time, not exceeding track limits there, going a little bit wide there, but keeping it within the compounds of the track. 2.5 seconds, and it's going to be pole position, baby. Come on. And it is a fantastic effort. A fantastic effort to put us on pole. And I think we end up getting pole by about 3 tenths in the end. So, and also, I'm just going to say, conditions definitely played a part, because Alfa Romeo are one of the slowest teams on the grid, and Valtteri Bottas got into the top 10, and he was like the second last man across the line. He was the only one ahead of me. He was the one ahead of me and I was miles back behind him. So track conditions definitely played a part. It was also just a pretty solid lap.
Today's exciting sprint. Iceman lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Norris, Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Ocon, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Sargent, Albon, De Vries, Magnussen, Théo Pourchaire, and Zhou Guanyu. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And with me as usual is Anthony David.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
So we are going to be going into this sprint race with a one gearbox. Looking back on it now, I could have taken all new components, started at the back of the grid for the race, and had a fresh engine for this sprint. But no, I decided, you know what, let's do something different. So here we go for the formation lap now.
So let's go through.
And let's see how our grid lineup's going to be. We aim our car slightly to the right, and we get a 0.4, which isn't too shabby, I must say. And yeah, we just need to wait now for everyone else to line up. Incredible action. Normally what I do is I race the first two sectors normally, and then if it's a circuit with quite a easy last sector to warm tyres up, I'll just normally spam it in the last sector, or I'll spam it in the middle sector and go really fast in the last sector, something like that. But yeah, here we go guys, 5 red lights for the Austria sprint, and it is going to be lights out and away we go. Very long hold there, very awkward for me to commentate. And another OP start from me. Lando Norris on the soft tyres, the only driver on soft, gets an incredible start straight up to P2. And wow, it's our ICE on 68% by the way. Bit dodgy, but we should be fine. Heading into the hairpin now, we've got battling going on behind us. Lando Norris on his soft tyres in a slower McLaren, holding off the likes of the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. Heading now into lap 4, Max Verstappen is into P4 and he qualified about 10th. So just showing how incredible his pace is in this race. And here comes Lando Norris. We let him through. We're going to try maybe get him back on this next straight, as we are now going to get DRS, so we're going to get a good exit. We have a little bit of a slide there coming out of the hairpin, which isn't going to help us. It's going to actually compromise our chances of being able to re-overtake Lando Norris, which obviously isn't ideal. We have a little look down the inside, but in the end it's a futile effort. We make a tiny bit of contact with Lando, but nothing too serious. On to lap 5 now. We're in the same situation again. We've done the same thing. Here we go now on Lando Norris, around the outside. Lando Norris goes deep, but he covers off the apex nicely and defends the switchback. And fair enough. And once again we are behind Lando Norris coming into this sector. Are we going to finally re-overtake him for the lead? We've got Verstappen only 5 tenths behind. Here we go now on Lando Norris around the outside. Are we going to hold this? Are we going to keep position? We're going to go around the outside of Lando Norris, and we are going to get back into the lead of the Austria sprint. Lando Norris still lurking there. The proximity arrow is red, so we are going to give him some space just in case. I don't want to get wiped out when I know a win's on the cards. And we take the lead and we get the overtake done, completed. And heading on to lap 7 now, we've still got Lando Norris behind us. We've actually pulled a bit of a gap to Verstappen because Lewis Hamilton is, absolutely sending it on him. We have a really poor first corner, and now we've got Lando Norris right behind us with slipstream and DRS, so we're just going to let Lando Norris through, and we're going to look to re-overtake him again into turn 4. It could even be turn 5 if you count the little kings. Here we go again, up the hill, going down the hill now towards this right-hander. We're going to look to the outside, and we're going to go to the inside of Lando Norris, and we're going to send it up the inside. We go quite nicely, we give Lando a lot of space, and we make the re-overtake for the lead of the sprint. On to lap 8 again. Here comes Lando Norris. We just can't pull away. It's very difficult to pull away without battling at this circuit because of the DRS zones. So it's more of a case of working with another driver to build a gap and just keep yourselves ahead. But we get an okay exit there, and it should allow us to make another re-overtake on Lando straight after he's overtaken us. We go from the inside to the outside. We're going to go round the outside of Lando Norris, but he comes straight across us there, giving us no room and making contact with us. And personally, I'm not happy with that. But here comes Max Verstappen down our inside, and there's a yellow flag behind us. Verstappen's out! Verstappen was literally just about to overtake us, and his engine pops. What? Okay, well, before a safety car could come out, we're going to absolutely send it on Lando Norris as a bit of revenge for what happened earlier. Maybe there we've compromised him, maybe we've given him a bit of side pod damage, because after this he loses quite a bit of pace. But you know what, Lando? You can have that, mate, because that's not my issue. He's still behind us, though, at the end of the lap. Lost a little bit of time, however, but still behind us. Is he going to look to make a re-overtake into turn 1? Let's have a little look. Hamilton's also only 4 tenths behind Lando right now, so everyone kind of closing in on me with the DRS train that is going on. We have a really nice first corner, and we gain quite a bit of time on Lando. He might be able to make a re-overtake, but it would be quite difficult, and I'd have to literally let him. Now coming into the hairpin, Lando Norris is going to send it up the inside, and we're going to have to watch that. Lando Norris from about 4 tenths back making the dive, but we're able to just go around the outside, use our superior traction on that corner, and stay in the lead until the end of the race. Lap 12 of 12, we have a 1.2 second lead to Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be our first win in Formula 1 after our first pole position. However, it's all going to matter on Sunday, because Sunday is where the actual race wins go to your record. If we can win on Sunday, we will have our first race win in our team. Wow. But P1 in the sprint is a very good start. That is 12 points in the bank, I'm pretty sure. Is it 12? Is it 8? I can't remember. But yeah, it's a pretty solid haul either way, and we're going to take that. We're not going to complain at all. So let's have a little look, actually. How many points do we get? We have really good pace, so there is a really good chance we win on Sunday. It just depends if Max Verstappen makes a miracle comeback. No, you get 8. I swear you used to get 12 on last year's game. You used to get like 12, 10, 8, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and like that. But I'm probably just wrong. But yeah, in the championship now, we are looking still okay. I mean, we weren't looking bad in the first place. I mean, we're way too far away from Fernando Alonso and Aston Martin to even think about challenging them. And yeah, so here we are. We're about to take fresh components. Here, I thought I'd only get 2 5-place penalties. No. I'm going to get a full back of the grid drop. I should have just taken all new components. So after this race, we're going to need to take more components anyway, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't know that at the time. It's a pretty stupid mistake from me, but we're just going to have to get over it and look forward to the race, because I have the pace. I know you good overtaking spaces on this track, and I should maybe be able to make a recovery drive. So that's going to be it for this Austria sprint. If you have enjoyed this Austria sprint and this action-packed Austria sprint, you know, please let me know. Please show some appreciation. And yeah, I'll see you boys for the race. Hopefully that will be uploaded the day after this, maybe even a few hours after this.